Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about the banning of smoking in eateries. Is it violating the right of people to smoke? Is it a form of mistreatment of people's rights and freedom? We will discuss further on that in a moment. But before that, we will introduce ourselves first. My name is Sharifah Adibah binti Wan Serail. My metric number is 205518.
Okay, my name is Fatini binti Mohammad Sahil. My metric number is 206151.
My name is Reehab bin Tolha. My metric number is 206310.
Next, maybe Syazmira or Fitri.
My name is Nur Fitri Izzati binti Zainurin. My matrix number is 206121.
My name is Wan Syazmira binti Shaarani and my message number is 206986.
Thank you, everyone. So without wasting time, let us discuss on the issue. What do you think of the statement that the banning of smoking in eateries is violating the right of people to smoke, and it is seen as a form of mistreatment of people's rights and freedom?
Okay, I would like to share my opinion regarding this issue. I agree that the banning of smoking in eateries is violating the right of people to smoke, and it is seen as a form of mistreatment of people's right and freedom. It is because the practice of lighting up right after eating in a public place has become a culture or normalization in Malaysia. Smokers have the same right as non-smokers to visit and spend time at dining premises freely because they also pay taxes, and that is their right as citizens under the federal constitution. So am I right?
Yes, I agree with Fatini to a certain extent. However, I find it unreasonable to think that an activity that threatens public health and places a massive burden on the healthcare system can be classified as a culture.
I'm sorry to interrupt if you are really Malaysian, because you should know about Malaysian kedai kopi culture, right? Like you drink coffee with friends, talking and puff a cigarette or two. So as Malaysian, are you saying that smoking is not our culture? And could you please explain further your opinion just now?
Going back to what I was saying, I don't think that smoking is our culture because it is just a norm. We can change that norm for the sake of better life. Can you imagine being in a restaurant happily with your family on a special occasion, looking forward to eating the deliciously looking meal you have ordered and have a chat, but suddenly all your customers are smoking close to you. You find it uncomfortable and lose appetite.
I agree completely with Reehab. Smoking in eateries is disrespectful. In fact, smokers also violating non-smoker right to eat in a comfortable condition. We live in community, right? So we should not misuse the power of human right to act as we wish. We should also respect each other.
You're right. It is not that smoking is not allowed at all in our country. If that is the case, then we can stimulate it as a form of mistreatment of people's rights and freedom. So, I don't think that the ban on smoking is an issue of human rights violations. For example, smokers can still smoke, but not in non-smoking areas. The government has enacted a law that smokers can smoke about 3 meters or 10 feet outside the food premises. In addition, most of restaurants nowadays provide separate spaces for smokers and non-smokers for the sake of common comfort.
I am sorry to interrupt. I would like to say something here. I think smoking in public places, especially eateries, is unacceptable. As Syazmira just said just now, it is disrespectful. Personally, I disagree that the banning of smoking in eateries is a form of mistreatment of people's rights and freedom. It is because the smoking ban by the government is legally valid as it is based on the Tobacco Products Control Regulations 2004. It is also enshrined in the jurisdiction of the government to safeguard health and public interest. Am I right so far? Do you do you do you guys agree with me?
So you dis yeah. So you're saying that you disagree with this issue. Am I right?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Smoking was not a crime and it was legal in terms of the law guaranteed by the Constitution. However, also according to the federal constitution, the government reserves the right to proclaim any laws that it deems important for the well-being of the citizens and the country. In other words, the government has the right to prohibit any action leading to harm and it is also scientifically proven that smoking is unhealthy and harmful not only to smokers but also to non-smokers.
To think about it, I think that is a good point.
Thank you. Does anyone have anything to add on? I think if there's nothing to add on, I would like to ask one more question regarding the issue. Why do you think the government only imposes a total ban of smoking at eating places? Why is it not included in places such as pubs and nightclubs? Does
Okay,
anyone
Hannah.
have anything to?
Okay,
Okay,
Hannah.
continue.
In my opinion, the ban of smoking focus on the eateries, as the eateries is place where people spend their time, their relaxing time with family. This include elderly, pregnant women, and children. It is harmful to them since people who do not smoke and only breathe smoke from cigarettes take the same amount of nicotine and toxic chemical as people who smoke their cigarette. Breathing smoke can cause serious delivery problem in pregnancy. Babies and children also exposed to smoke are more likely to have lung infection. I believe that the government decision to declare a ban on smoking in eateries is a sustainable initiative to curb these unhealthy and and harmful activities.
I think that is a really good idea. How about you, Fitri? What do you think about it?
I agree completely with Syazmira. In addition, pubs, nightclubs, disco, casino are not included as it is not licensed as eateries but as an entertainment center. However, entertainment center providing food and beverages have been enforced as non-smoking areas by the government. In fact, the smoking ban is not only enforced in eateries but in all public places. I'm sure this is just a small part of the government's plan to make our country free from unhealthy activities. I believe that in the future, the government will declare more laws that are closely related to the well-being of the people.
I see. I think that's a really good point from both of you. Does anyone have anything to add on before we end our discussion?
Mm, I think there's nothing to add on because we have come to the end of our discussion.
Yes, I think we have come to a conclusion, and
Okay. After listening to the opinions presented in the discussion, the majority of us agreed that the banning of smoking in eateries is not a form of mistreatment of people's rights and freedom, as smoking is not strictly prohibited in Malaysia, but only in public places. Let me recap the important points in our discussion just now, which are the ban on smoking in eateries is a logical and healthy move in the name of promoting good health and protecting non-smokers from the secondary smoker. In conclusion, we believe that the government's decisions on the ban of smoking is the right decision for the benefit of citizens and the country. We live in a community. We should prioritize humanity. Thank you.